Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else to do. Infinite regression is for sadness, and I got some of that. So I belong here, people. This is where I belong. We're gonna go to my hardcore world. Literally, I'll tell you what I'm trying to do.
This has always been the theme song. This has always been the theme. This has always been the theme song. This has always been the theme.
Okay, what I'm trying to do is just feel better. Basically, that's it. It's the only thing that's going on. Is I'm just trying not to feel like I feel right now. So I do not feel good. Do not feel happy. This weekend's been a pretty big bust, to be honest. You know, because I wanted more. I needed more. Did not get the more that I wanted or needed. Um, and that's classic Duca scenario. Classic Duca. I mean, who among us has not experienced such pains? Ah, some of the bench. I don't need this in my life right now. Haha. Huh, take that, Broseph. I forgot that shields were my friend for the longest time. But now I remember shields are my friend. Anyway. Yeah, there's like whole areas, places, subterranean areas that I have not explored, mainly because I haven't gone there. Aside from that, I've been to all of them. I've been to all of the ones I've been to. Dur. Those are the ones I visited first. The ones I've been to. Jeez. Anyway, I don't know where I came from, or why, or what. Like, how did I get in here? How did I even get in here? Like, I'm not joking. Like, how? I don't know what this is. Like, how does this connect with my mind? Like, where's the exit from where I entered? Clearly, there's got to be something, you know? Oh, wait, here we go. Okay. Oh boy, I was really lost there for a minute. I did not know where I was going. Ugh. Sheesh. Okay. Alright. Well then, I'm just trying to expand my mind. I just found the black pits of wherever. Like, geez, like this entire freaking experience so far in this world has just been like, oh, you just want a little bit? Well, guess what? This goes down to, Hades and whatnot. Anyway, regardless. Yeah. So this feels very old school, very much like it felt in olden days before I was medicated, like just angry and raw and sad and like just feeling the depths of my own like lack of importance. Like I don't know. I don't know what it is. Well, no, that's not entirely true. I do know what it is, but I don't like it because um you know, it's the same stuff. It's the same as what it's been. It's like, oh, what is it? Is it something new, exciting, interesting, something that we haven't dealt with before? No, it's the same stuff that it's been. Same that it always is. Anyway, like this entire weekend has been a waste, and we had an extra day on it. Like we had a 3-day weekend. We're still on the weekend right now, and it is still a complete and total waste. Like there's still no point to any of this. It's just been pointless and stupid and sad. Anyway, I don't know how am I supposed to feel. Anyway, regardless, let's go topside for a sec. Look and see what's what. Anyway, so a new week of school is looming overhead, and I know what's happening. I know what I'm doing, but like I'm having the hardest time getting things done because like so many reasons. I mean, I've had technological problems hedging up my way, like literally slapping stuff out of my hand and saying like, no, we don't want you to be able to open simple files that you should be able to open. I'm like, but why though? And it'd be like, because life is disappointing and you aren't sad enough right now, and we're not okay with that as a universe. I was like, but hey, I live in this universe, and the universe is like, we know, and we have it in for you. Like that's what haven't you caught on that that's kind of our game is that we are not on your side, just as a universe. Yeah, I caught on universe. I see what you did. I should get some tree bits so that I can make more charred coal. Anyway, but yeah. Suppose I need to establish a garden soon, 'cause I do have like all the necessary whatnots. You are excused. Anyway, people, like, trying to figure out, like, in my mind, I'm trying to figure out, all my son wanted to do this weekend was play Dungeons and Dragons together as a family. And I wanted to do it. Like, I wanted to do it. I didn't not want to do it. I definitely wanted to do it and make that happen for him. Like, he thrives on people playing with him, and he does not get enough of that. Like, he is starved for attention so very much of the time and just wants people to play things with him. And, like, so very often, like, I don't play things together well, you know? I really don't. Like, all of the video games that he likes to play that are multiplayer, I'm not. I just don't. dig them like at all. Most of the ones that he likes, you know, and I just don't play multiplayer well as a player. I just don't. I always end up going off on myself, like going off by myself and just doing whatever. And anyway, I um yeah. I don't know why that's what I prefer, but it's what I prefer. I mean, I'm old. I'm curmudgeonly. I think that those two things alone kind of explain pretty well why not more with the multiplayer type stuff. Anyway, but just feel bad because, like, you know, there are things that really stick with a kid, you know? And in terms of like your self-esteem and your ability to, you know, value yourself properly and like know your worth to other people and like how to carry yourself when you're around other people, knowing that like you are a person with value who can't just be lied to and walked all over and all that stuff. You know, like you got to establish those things early in a kid's self-esteem. And you know, I hate as I came home today, like cuz I went to the school to work and things did not work out, and I spent a couple of frustrating hours trying to accomplish one task and didn't even accomplish it, and it was so very frustrating. And then I came home and I knew where I was, like in terms of uh like just uncontrollable anger, not directed at anyone in particular, but just very angry. And the sad thing is, like, I don't want to bring that home. That's not how I want to be at my house, you know, but that's how I am when I'm full of anxiety, and I'm full of anxiety right now. And also depression, because why should depression not be at the party? And it just feels awful. Like, I just feel bad, and I feel like nothing is ever going to get better, and that it's always going to be like this, and that I'm not enough, and that nothing I do is enough, and that every bad thing in my life and in the lives of everyone I care about is my fault and my fault alone, and that I will have brought nothing but bad into this world. And like, look, all of these thoughts, by the way, I know that they are illogical. And you could sit here, you could be like, hey, but like, what about blah 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 blah? You could give me examples, you could try and talk me out of it, but guess what? There's no talking someone out of mental illness. Like, it's just not possible. Like, I recognize that these thoughts are irrational. It doesn't mean that I'm not having them and that I'm not being like hurt by their effects. Like, because I am. So you can't just be like, well, but that's not a rational thought. Like, you recognize that that's not true, right? Like, duh, of course I do, but that doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference, because when you're in the throes of it, you're not dealing with rationality, because rationality has fled. You are in a non-rational space where the laws of rationality do not bear sway and don't solve any problems whatsoever, you know, uh, which is really dumb, because you know, I generally try to be a rational person. I try to let logic guide my very being. I try to be a very reasonable, logical, uh, sensible person, and yeah, the fact that I have to spend a decent chunk of my time being very much not that, being completely reactionary and I don't know, just feeling like crap a lot of the time, even though, yeah, I shouldn't. Like, I get that I shouldn't. I understand that as a concept. You don't need to convince me that it is vastly better to not dislike myself. Like, yeah, I got it, Captain Smarty Pants. Like, what a novel concept. Have the self-esteem. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Like, yeah, got it. So, anyway, yeah. Go back in the mine. This is my hardcore world, by the way. I don't know if you caught that from the everything else that's going on, and the fact that my hearts have lightning bolts on them. Or maybe those are angry eyes. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the hearts. But they're either extra powerful or they're angry. One of the two. Those are the only two options. But yeah, ladies and gents, like, I very much wish that it was possible for me to just snap out of it and just be like, hey, snap out of it, dingus. You realize that you're experiencing things that aren't real. Yeah, I know. Like, things that are made up are not necessarily unreal. Things that are constructs are not necessarily lacking in power. They can be very powerful and they can throw us for a loop, even though they are 100% constructed. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Anyway, sleep. Not today, thank you. I don't know if I've ever gotten that achievement before. Ever. Maybe not. But yeah. Oh, well, I guess I can use these 14. Oh, I hit caps lock. I didn't mean to hit caps lock. I wanted to hit shift so I could do a whole bunch of them at once. Okay. These days, I find myself often wishing I was just more stable in general. It's wildly disappointing to be this unstable. Like, this is not a knock on my delightful, teenage female drama students, but like, when I have the same problems that they do with the same frequency, like, that's not okay, is it? Is that normal? Are middle-aged men supposed to have the same problems as teenage girls with the same frequency. Like, I don't know. But in any case, I am not wearing white pants to school. That's for damn sure. Anyway. Luckily, that's not one of my problems. I'm being intentionally hyperbolic. I'm engaging in humor as a defense mechanism. Anyway, it's more funny when you explain it. I've always found people just love a good explained joke. Nothing like an explained joke. Just explain it away so that people understand, like, oh, I get it. This joke is being explained to me. Okay. Yeah. That's how it goes. Anyway, like, I still value this as a creative outlet, like my YouTube channel and everything. And it is helpful, you know. When I awoke this morning, I was having the most beautiful dream ever. Like, just beautiful. Amazing, happy, you know. I was directing 2 plays at the same time. One for actors who wanted to be in my first play but couldn't because they weren't high school students. And then the second for some tremendously talented actors who just found me somehow. And we put together a play, and it was amazing, and the cast was great, and I was having such a wonderful time. And then, like, you know, because I also have the kids that I'm directing in a play right now, and they are great, and I'm really excited about what they're doing. And so I was dreaming about something that already makes me happy, and it was making me happy, you know. And it really, like, this is one of the things I hate, is that we lose any portion of that. Like, why do we have to lose the beautiful dreams? You know? Why can't we carry that feeling with us a little bit longer? And not just dreams, but like a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I wish that we could carry longer and make a more real part of our lives, and we just can't. We can't do it. It's impossible. It's the nature of the world that we not be able to do those things. Anyway, maybe that's part of the disappointment. I don't know. This is I'll tell you what it is. I hate you, Thunder. I don't like you. You're not my friend. But here's what it is, people, is that, like, when I first started feeling, or first started noticing my own anxiety, and realizing that what I had going on mentally was not normal, and that it was not okay, and that I needed to get help, was just dealing with weekends. Like, every single weekend I was just completely overwrought, overburdened, I couldn't handle it, because every single weekend I felt like I was wasting my time, because I wasn't wasting my time right. You know, because I have a finite amount of time to waste, and I can only waste it in certain ways. Like, you can't waste it in all ways together. And um, yeah, it was problematic, and so like, um, there we go. But yeah, I had a real hard time feeling like I was spending my weekends in ways that were making me feel rejuvenated and prepared for another week. You know, that's always a thing. It's never not a thing. And yeah. But yeah, like I would just get so overwrought, and then like, you know, if somebody asked me to do something, it was somehow like this incredible, you know, burden, and then like, uh, I would just spend way too much time like, you know, watching YouTube or other dumb stuff. Hey, this video's on YouTube. Why are you watching it? You have a life to live, in theory. Like, get your life together, get your life in order, and go live it. Like, don't spend all your time watching YouTube videos. Spend less time watching mine. Spend less time watching other people's. Watch other people's more than mine, because that is the only reasonable thing you can do. But, yeah, ladies, gentlemen, like, we're trying our best, you know? And life is not always our friend. It's not always hard. It's not always happy. And we do what we can, you know? Anyway, I've got nothing. I'm reaching into the dregs, the bottom of the barrel. I've got nothing. So I don't know why I'm keeping this thing going. Like, better to have half an hour of rambling that goes nowhere than try and turn it into an hour or two. I could turn it into 2 hours if I wanted to. You know I could, but what's the point? Literally, what's the point? Anyway, all right. I'm gonna go. Anyway, hope you're doing okay. I'll be okay again before too long. I'm just not okay right now. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.